because a lot of people they don't understand that because one about waiting gongo and gongo. Lego, that's why I can give you an example. Because of the battle monate and we do this thing after tears.
Okay, I gotta steel man that argument, ne? I used to think it was morbid. I was like, what the fuck? Why are y'all out here coming to have fun? Like, someone died. But then afterwards, I'm like, the nigga did, so.
Also, yeah, I think I kind of believe the whole after tears. Not after tears, man. I get what you're saying and that you understand why.
Yeah, I mean, he's dead. I mean.
But a lot of the times, that's not why people are doing it. They're not necessarily celebrating that guy's life.
They
actually make it an occasion. Like,
just make it,
like, you know, like something that's separate from the funeral.
Can I ask you a question, Ken?
Go to the funeral and then start planning after tears, which has nothing to do with the person in the funeral.
I don't know about you, Splash, but for most women, this is one thing that I know and I also understand. Right? My guy, you understand that every single wedding, every single what do you call it? Funeral, every single party, every single event, she has to buy a particular dress code.
Who?
Most ladies.
Oh, damn, okay. That's interesting.
Okay.
I believe
Why
it.
Are you laughing, Splash?
No, because I know he wants me to go. But also, first of all, when he started speaking there, because, and you guys do this to me a lot, and I don't know how I feel about it. I know how I feel about it. I don't like it.
No, I
when
said,
you guys
no,
want
but
to
yeah,
make
I'm
spokesperson for all the women.
No,
like,
you're
most
not.
women, yeah? I don't know about you, Stash, but like most women.
I said,
I must now speak for most women.
No, I'm just saying.
Like,
I don't know
guys
about you. I'm just saying, but most women
get
that
it.
I know.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
But somebody gotta speak for the ladies.
You understand?
The fact that you guys make me the
After all,
spokesperson though.
I'm sorry, but like,
Where
after
I
all, we
swear
are
to God, I feel like I
adapting to
don't even
50-50,
think like
man.
most general women.
You
know what I mean?
don't.
It's very unfair.
You don't. Ne?
And most women also. It's very unfair, guys.
But even if you're like 0.00.
I get it. I'm the only woman here.
Yeah, I mean, your opinion
so
still.
that perspective, I get it. It gives you that light.
Yeah.
I truly get that. But also,
because me out here with my penis though, going, yeah, women think this, and I'm like, but
also because us as women, we look at you like,
yeah, what you know about being a woman? It's like how I feel when you women say, yeah, as a man you should, and I'm like
we think I'm on that too.
I'm sorry.
Have you?
How many times have you been a man again?
How many times did you try to try?
Have you been living like some years like 100?
Yeah, man, like
or maybe 1,000 years. Every single time you get 200 to 10 years.
Yeah,
I know.
You like, dude, you do understand that, you are what you eat is figurative, right? You might eat a lot of niggas, but you'll never be a nigga, man. You're not a nigga, dude.
That's personal.
How?
Who are you referring to?
These women, though. No, and here's my thing. Here's my chat, ne?
Yeah.
I don't understand, and nor do I endorse this war that's been created between men and women. Don't. Like, I feel like it's stupid. It's like stupid. It's like the fucking ocean fighting with the bedrock. Going, yeah, but you Earth, man, there's too much of you. And it's like, but where would you as water be without the soil, like, without the actual hard stuff? Or like the Earth saying, hey, but water, man, you take up too much of the Earth. What's going on, dude? My thing is, because of this war, ne? I don't know why. There's certain things that I'm realizing it has become very, I say, cutthroat. Like, where now you women, you still give a fuck, but like, you've become more, would I say, European in your thinking. You know how white women are? You know how they do to their niggas? You know how they're willing to snitch on a motherfucker? Or leave him with nothing? Or pretend like the nigga's lost his mind just so she can take the kids? Like, do all of that crazy shit. Like, we used to look at them and go,
like, he beats me?
Yeah. You guys still haven't seen Gone Girl, ne? Yeah, she'll say shit like that. And she'll actually prepare, dog, months in advance. Like, keep, throwing in hints and whatnot. Knowing that she's preparing to leave this nigga. And then by the time I'm okay. Parallel train of thought, ne? I was watching a movie. Me, I can't take these movies. Like this woman, ne? They married. This guy's working. Ne? He comes back home late from work. This guy's driving fast on a scooter. He's driving fast. He's got a teddy bear. It falls off. Ne? He walks in and then finds his wife sitting there. The daughter sleeping on her lap. And he goes, you're late for your daughter's birthday again. In my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, probably praying for this shit. I'm like, alright, yeah. And then she's like, you want me to wake her up so that you can give her a present? And then he looks around and he's like, I'll be right back. He goes back, he realizes he lost. He comes back in and she's like, I think we're going to go to my mom's place till you get your shit together. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Just like that.
Like, can you imagine how this is a destruction of a person, like psychological warfare on a person, dude? Because, like, do us guys, do we ever say it? And I understand once upon a time, men used to do this where they kick a woman out with, hey, dude, hey, man, I think you should go back.
We are, in as much as, yes, we want you to provide for us, we are extremely emotional beings. So your presence, your interaction, your contributions, even as little as they may be, like, they matter. Sometimes it's not you like all this, and I'm like, yeah, but let's have a meal together, guy, one sometime. And for you, you're like, but we've got all of this, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't even know how are you actually doing? Like, I know for you, you're like, but come on, man. You've got, what do you mean? How am I actually doing? I'm trying to fight for us. We are emotional beings. We do need that side of us to also be nurtured, right? So, that story, like, I hear it and I'm like, yeah, it's very, I'm not say it's very seldom. I guess some women can find a balance, but when that emotional isn't fed for a long time, it really does take a toll. And as much as you're providing and everything, a lot of other things are okay. If that teddy bear also isn't nurtured, it's really gonna take a toll. It really will take its toll. Because when we're at that point and you don't even feel that thing, we just get blind. Fuck everything. Because fuck everything at this point. I don't even know who this guy is. You know what I mean?
But also, this one, what I always ask, isn't it that in the beginning we have talked about this? That, dude. And Ken, I remember you said that. You said
there's a sacrifice on my part, but you also have to sacrifice on your part as well. And I get it, you said you're sacrificing for.
Okay, guys, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna be making means to say when I am driving home, I'm gonna give you a call. I'm gonna do those means. I'm gonna make sure that here and there,
Because that wife is probably thinking, I'm so sorry. Out of all days, you had to be working today. I mean, I get it, right? There's so many other birthdays that you can. But if he's working all the time, you actually think of, then when is there ever going to be a special time? If you're missing Christmases and birthdays, and when are we ever actually going to have time with you?
Do you know?
Especially since you guys also don't communicate, because you guys also struggle with your own emotions, like, and also being able to express that, right? So you may be thinking, yeah, but I'm paying for everything. That should be covering everything. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't get to see you. When are we ever gonna actually get a time to have, like, besides the time when you come home, and you know what I mean? Like, there has to be actual some what am I trying to say? Sacrifice on your part. If I'm sacrificing so much and I know that I don't see you and we have this plan, I get it. Sacrifice a day, my guy. You know what I mean? And I know it's not that easy. I say it, but I get it. But you know what I mean? At some point, you have to
But I think that's why I always say, that marriage can be fun. You just have to have the right partner. Because a whole lot of people, they are marrying wrong, right? And by marrying wrong, I mean, like, you are from two different worlds. For example, like I'm saying, if you are married, why do you guys stop going out on dates? I mean, once in a while, I know that I'm gonna be going home. Somebody gotta have someone to take care of the kids. Just once, at least in Mokwedi. You know? Yeah.
Can I tell you why we stop going on dates?
Yeah.
Having experienced this enough times, I'm sorry, either one of us or both of us stop being fun. Because now when we talk, it's more logistical than
Like, what we need to get
maintenance.
Yeah,
We need to pay for this. We need to plan for that. We need to save up money for this.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom needs. Hey, my dad needs. Hey, my little brother.
This is happening.
Yeah, and even when we start talking, like, yo. Yeah, no, guys, it's real. Wait. The more I'm then thinking about, the more I'm realizing just how easy this shit creeps in. And the more it creeps in, I don't know, man. My boner dies. Like I really stop having that sexual. Yes, because now every time I see you, man, I see. You know how you feel when you see a colleague or a supervisor or your boss. So you know every time you see it's work. They might ask you, hey, how's the family? You know, how's the? But you know they're just touching base fast, just so they can go back to, hey, dog, we need to finish this, and we got this deadline, and I'm working on, and you think, yeah, all of that shit is fun, but hey, my dude, I'm not feeling this no more. Do you realize this is the reason why businesses go on retreats, do team building, have year-end functions, have bonuses, have all of these things,
and the
incentives.
Yeah.
All of this, the main goal of it is to keep morale high.
Yeah.
Because that shit drains.
Really
and I feel like in a relationship, dude, and some of us, man,
we're gonna keep going when on your business what's and we don't even make time for the relationship. When are we gonna nurture that thing?
I have a question.
Because
where's your phone?
Because that's a team building of some sort now.
How many, okay, let's say you have a craft that you enjoy. How many hours would you work on in a day? That you really want to get wealthy at?
I really want to get wealthy at.
Yeah.
Minimum of 5 hours a day.
5 hours. Okay, say 5 hours times. You can't say 365. You're not going to do it every day. So that's 5 days times 52 weeks. Actually, let's even take off the 2 weeks. Well, calculate 5 times 50. That's what? 250.
I thought you had the math school.
I am. It is 250.
Yes.
So 250, that's a year, right? That's the number of hours you have spent on this craft. They say it takes 10,000 hours. Ne? So 250, let's say times what? 8 years. Let's say 10 times 10 years. How many are you at? 2,500. Are you understanding? And mind you, we are in a competitive space. No matter what space you are in, you're in competition. There's somebody that's moving faster.
Also?
Eh?
How did we get to 50?
What do you mean 50?
Number of weeks.
Number of weeks.
Yes. We're assuming you want to take at least 2 weeks off. Either December or whatnot. And that's you being like generous. Let's say there's a funeral or you're sick on that week, or I think at the minimum you're going to take at least 2 weeks in the entire year where you're not doing shit. You're not doing a damn thing.
Wait a minute, Carla.
Okay.
What were we calculating? We were calculating
5 hours.
5 hours times.
Yes. 5 hours times.
It's just me how many hours are we spending on it a day? That's
yes,
5.
That's 5.
Yeah.
And you times that by.
Because if I do it, then that means I'm only studying once a week essentially.
Yeah, you have to multiply.
Oh no! Yes.
Days.
That's 5 times 5. 5 hours times 5. Then times 50. Yes, we skipped that part.
50.
Yes.
Right. Then we're calculating together.
Times 10.
Times 10. Taking 12,500.
Okay, so say remove the 10. Say times 8.
Okay. 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
So.
That's still a long time also.
Do you understand? That means for me, 5 hours every day, you gotta leave me the fuck alone. And mind you, that doesn't include me working, that doesn't include all these other things. And Man, I don't want to be unduly critical of women in relationships because I can understand it's a toll, man. It's a toll. This nigga for 8 years, he's essentially absent from the relationship in 8 years. 8 years.
That is a long time.
It is. I get it. I do, but please tell me what do you think the solution is? Because mind you, if I take a week off, that might add an extra year. An entire extra year, but to us reaching financial comfort.
Is it not worth it?
Is it? I'm asking you.
The maintenance, like.
No, the maintenance is worth it, but it means that's going to be an extra year of working, which means
because I get it. The maintenance is the maintenance, right?
Yes.
But if you also look at nurturing that relationship as maintenance, like the necessary thing that you need to do to get you guys through, even if it's going to take you that extra year for the final, if you are set in this, you know what I mean?
Let's do the math then.
You can also add that.
Let's do the math. Okay, let's say you're going to take out what? 1 day out of every week.
I wouldn't even take out a day in every week. I would probably put out, in as much as you're spending 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, give me 1 hour, 2 days a week.
I don't think it's going to be an hour. I don't think that's enough.
I truly get that. But for us to say,
I think
this is date night. For you to say, I'm going to come home every, let's say Fridays. Fridays, I do not work 5 hours. That 5 hours after work that I know I'm supposed to work on my craft, I'm not working 5 hours. I'm working 4 hours.
I think it's not practical. Because how long is a movie, man? How long is
90 minutes?
How long? No, what the fuck? What kind of movie is 19 minutes?
90.
Oh, 90. That's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Doesn't include popcorn, lunch, whatnot. Because mind you want to cuddle, you want to talk. And I'll tell you about me personally.
2 hours once a week, guys. Honestly, that's how long distance relationships work. Because we all know that we have our things to do but we also prioritize the time.
How many of those survive?
Not many. I don't know many. Also, I personally have never been able to make.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, I never really tried.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Right now, you and your dude, how much time do you think you spend? Average. 2 hours in a week? 10 hours? 20? Average. Just ballpark it. 20 hours? 15 hours? No, I'm serious. No, I'm genuinely... Because I want us to do the math. Because this is how us guys think.
Yeah.
Whenever we do the math, we think, okay, 5 hours times 5 days a week times 15 weeks. Okay, times 8 years. Then I get my $10,000. Then I'm nice enough to be able to take a month off my work. I just spend it with my girls, spend it with my kids, spend it. Because we're looking for a point where we can do what we want instead of what we have to do.
I think the issue with that is you don't communicate then. Because but also it's hard.
Yeah, I think even if we do communicate. Because like 8 years.
It's still.
And please understand, I think the reason why people get divorced is because in those 8 years, the sinister thing hiding in that is the fact that in that 8 years, we are still living. We're still interacting with other people, still new information, new people, new. So you're changing.
You're growing and changing. Yeah.
I'm growing and changing. And the thing they say in relationship counseling, they say if you don't grow together, you grow apart. And I'm doing tech. Every time I come to you and I tell you about, hey, dude, I had this problem with Java, you look at me like, study little.
But can I ask, how many of those relationships really or genuinely last? And how many people get to literally make it also to the end?
Few. And
that could be the reason why few.
The old model, was oppressive, but it had its benefits. I get you, Sven.
I get you too.
But it was.
Look, I really get you.
It was
But it's just
oppressive, but it worked.
Yeah.
Because no, it worked. Okay, let me say it worked for us.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yes, it worked for us because you women, you couldn't achieve much by yourself. And mind you, this actually goes way before even we became agricultural and, civilized in a sense and so forth.
Because of the way things were set up.
Yes, yeah. I had to go hunt.
Yeah.
Because, so to speak, biologically we could afford losing me. We couldn't afford losing you. You were the soil. Me, I'm just the seed. Even if, I don't come through, there's other seeds. They could drop into that soil. But if we lose the soil, we got our issue. There could be thousands of seed. If there's no soil, so you women, you learned how to manipulate us psychologically and emotionally. Ne? Sexual stuff and psychological, emotional. You learned that so that you could achieve your dreams through us. If you wanted to be a queen, you had to get this nigga to be a king. If you wanted to have an empire and slaves and so forth, this nigga had to go hunt. He had to go conquer. He had to become political. He had to become... You needed to somehow move his mind in that direction so that he could go there. And to control you, he had physical and financial means. So meaning, if you weren't giving him some punani there, he could go, alright, man. Alright. Yeah, get check out next door.
And remember,
yes, of course. And meaning that way, you in your mind you think, okay, now the resources are gonna start going to her. I know, I gotta stop that shit. I gotta cut that shit short. You couldn't risk it. Now, you're on the same playing. Actually, I think you're even more superior. You're not even on the same playing field as us.
Can I ask you a question, Ken?
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you will never do? Yeah? Even just to save a relationship. Even in Gabar, maybe it's because of your if fella who says so, fella, this and this I won't be getting from this relationship.
Save.
That's the one thing that you think that I'm never gonna do that.
I don't think safe would be the right word for me, man. I'm with her. I'm willing to nurture, maintain, and so forth. Save, man. Save, that's a tough word. That is a heavy word, man. Because, okay, the thing about... Give me an example. What would you never do?
Yeah. I like to think on top of my head that if she cheats on me and she asks for forgiveness, I'm supposed to forgive and which is like forgiving I can do. The end part, which is the wrong one. And for us to continue the relationship. Because if you did it right, we can do it again.
So, okay, you don't forgive.
No, I forgive.
Oh, no, you forgive, but you wouldn't tolerate sexual infidelity.
Especially if I know that there's that bond and connection. Okay, what's that?
No, I'm.
But also like for
he's resonating a little bit.
Yeah.
No.